All right. So I was hoping Denver was going to be able to play tonight, but he's got baseball tonight, so try and get a couple accounts in. Everybody's got 4 or 5 accounts in. I'll try and get 2 so that I've got a account to practice with tomorrow. All right, hole number 1. Hold on 1 second. I'll get the holes. Hold on. All right, I'm back. For me, that was 30 seconds, and for you, it was a second. Look at that. All right, so I've come at this hole twice. The very first time I ever played it, I started off over here, and I did a max curl shot with an APOC. And let's see here, I did an extra mile. I did 1.5 topspin. And my separation between this rough area and the fairway was 2.5 rings. And with the curl that an extra mile has, it brought me out into this area right here. So if I want to get to the cup and you want to do that, either you need to bring out a 3 side spin or a three side spin ball. I think I brought out an Apocalypse, so I think that only has 2, or excuse me, a Berserker, so a bigger power ball. What I did here just a minute ago with my 77 account is hit from here with a 3 power ball, so you don't need anything special. You are at the red line, so if we've got any kind of headwind, you'll have to adjust for that, and then just try and come up towards the cup. I think actually I used the power 3 ball on the front. Well, in my 77 account, I used a power 3 ball, but with the way the wind is blowing right here, power 3 ball will work fine. I was thinking if we're up against the red line and you've got a pure headwind, it might be better to bring out a 4-4-4 and then pull back to like the plus 20 mark and then turn around, and then you can take the wind out. That way you don't have to do anything special. But that way you don't have to burn a power 4 ball unless you're going against headwind. So let me look at my notes here. I'm going to switch my shot. So the shot that I took was the blind curl shot from the left, but I'm going to stick with the shot to the right because it is pretty straightforward, and I can bring out a lower power ball. The shot to the left is best served with at least a 4-4-4, if not a 5, with 2 side spin. I think you could do it with a 4-4-4. You just have to start further back, so you'd have to put more topspin on. And the 4 side spin would help you there with your extra mile. If you can, the deal there is that you probably wouldn't be able to get on all of the side spin and all of the top spin. All right. I'm going to try max top spin, and that's too much. I'm going to go 4.5. Give myself a little separation from that tree. It's 1.5 per ring, so there's 3 and a third. Put a little bit of curl for flavor. Hitting it perfect. Now it's way too much curl. Could have put on just a titch more topspin, but this is one of those holes I don't think you want to overshoot it, but I would actually prefer to be on the fringe or just a little off the green and have to pitch that up than to have to take this putt. Number 1, I don't like to take long putts. And number 2, I don't like to take long putts. Any questions about number 1 and 2? Refer to number 3. Don't like to take long putts. You can get good at getting closer, or you can get good at longer putts. I'm going to try and get good at getting closer, so... And the deal there is that they were, I'm sure if I went back and watched that, they pinched themselves up on that. Oh, no, I think I missed it. I did. Dropped one. Didn't pick up the one that I was in the spot to pick up. See? Shitty putter. It was somewhere between the end of my stylus and the touchscreen is where the error happened. Perfect. See if my opponent can recover. Just a bit outside. That means I'll have to pick up one of these par 3s or par 5s. I don't think in my 77 account I didn't hit a single shot into one of the par 5s. The shot that you were actually looking for, I didn't hit a single one of them into the hole perfect. I hit them all 3 great to the right. And it could have been great to the left. But it really doesn't matter. I didn't have perfect. So I have no idea on the par 5s like what the deal is. I think I found a spot where I like the spot. Now I need to work on the second shot. All right. Now I left it short. There's a spot on this one, and I left it short. I don't think I was quite where I needed to be. Taking a navigator. That bag will work. Off we go. Okay, I'm going to play a half top spin, half a left-hand side spin, plus 10 at mid, which is 1.1 per ring. So it'll just be straight up, 1-to-1. Just 1-to-1 if I can find an opponent. I was walking around the house trying to figure out why I couldn't see stuff right, and then I just realized I've been walking around with my, I went to go change glasses and was like, oh hell, I got my golf class glasses on right now. No wonder I couldn't see anything far away. My wife actually decided that she wanted to go back to the little bus, so she went back to Apple and gave me her S7 tablet, which has got a screen it's only like 1.5 inches bigger than the one that I have, but it works out to quite a bit bigger. I haven't played yet on it because I've still got a couple pieces of software I need to log into. I was having some login issues. All right, here we go. Trying to get that trajectory right. It dives off at the very end. So I'm going to do a 3-5 adjustment. It's 3-5 exactly. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if it tails off right. It's going to break at the very end. And almost... My buddy Kyle had that set up so that it was 1 ring off of that area down there, and I'm not really trying to pick a different spot, but I'm used to being 2 rings of separation, so I was trying to find an area close. In the hole. All right. What are we on here? Hole number 3. All right, hole number 3. I overhit it the last time, and I put on 5 topspin, and I had a little bit of overpower. So what I need to do is not do the overpower, and just do an extra mile and a kingmaker. My number 4 bag, actually. Let's switch this bag up. I have an extra mile. I want to have a guardian. Everything else looks like it will work. If I have to use anything other than the extra mile and the guardian, I'm in trouble. So something wrong. So there's 2 ways to play this. You can lay it up in between those 2 trees, and you've got a small little area, probably 5 to 7 yards, that if you're in that spot, and I'm still trying to find the absolute spot, I just barely overhit what I think is the perfect spot. Or you can go far and get completely past the trees. And once again, if you're on that side, you have a very small window, 5, 6, 7 yards. And so you get to pick your poison. I think if you want to go farther, you'll either need to bring out a bigger ball, do overpower, or do something. And the shot that's in the middle is pretty straightforward. But your end result, if you go for the longer shot, your end result for the Albie shot is much nicer if you go farther forward. I'm exploring this middle shot just to see what it looks like if I bring the right stuff. I haven't been in the right spot yet, but I do have the right clubs. See if my opponent can get down there with a katana. 2-ring great to the right. Seems like right here they might be in trouble. That is big, 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 big trouble. Big trouble. Okay, so I'm going to do, I did 5 last time, it was too much, so I'm going to do 4.5. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5, but I'm not going to do any overpower. Because what happened to me last time is I overpowered a little bit, and that was bad. That was wrong. Even though I was going against this headwind, so I'm 3/4 of a ring into power. One ring great to the right. Now that might be right in the clear. Right down the lane. I'll have to go back and watch this video and see what distance that was. I wasn't paying attention right there. I was looking to see what the view was and didn't catch it. Now, I think I went at this the other day with a sniper, and I did max backspin, and I went for a dunk, and I missed the dunk. And I actually went long. I hit to the right, and I was a little long. And I just barely got caught up in the rough at the top. So I think I could actually try a dunk here if I wanted with the max backspin, and would probably make it. There's Min Grizzly. There's Max. So I'm eking towards Max. .9. It's 1.1 per ring. 1.9. It's 1.72. Gotta grab the ring set. 172. Oh, fuck, and I hit it great to the left. Arrgh! It looked like it hit long and to the left, which is what it did the other day. It went longer than it showed what it was going to do. I'd probably have a better shot at it if I went and did exactly what my opponent's doing. I'm not sure I could get the tail to flatten out there at the very end, but I could get a pretty good look at the cup. Perfect. Not in the hole. Got a little teeny bit of work to do. Isn't it perfect? In the hole. All right. Where are we at here? We're on hole number 4. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right, where was I? I had to get a hold of some people. See what they were doing. Hole number 4. I've got sniper and nav on my notes, so let's go see what hole number 4 is. Sniper, nav. I'm coming around the trees this way. Didn't I take this? I did. Now I gotta make sure that I don't miscommunicate with myself, because I did take this shot earlier today. Seems like I just took it just a second ago. Are we not on hole number 4? We are on hole number 4. Sniper, nav. Let's see if I can get where I can touch the screen. Sniper, navigator. I could have swore I just played this hole, and I mean like literally just played the hole like a second time, and I'm confusing it with the my practice account. My 77 account I used as a practice account, even though it's my main. I played them in reverse order. There was a chance that Dunner and I were going to be able to play tonight, and he had the account that hooks up with Odd available. So I played 77 first. That's how that's the steps that transpired. .3 times. .94 rings. Right at 5. Hitting it perfect. And that was with a 30% adjustment because of the wind. In the hole! Made up. That you can never make up for dropping a shot that you really need. Hole number 1 I really needed. I was in the right spot and missed the putt, but at least I'm back on track. Now the pressure's on all the rest of the holes. So that shot came from Kyle. So let me tell you how I set that shot up. So a sniper and a nav, plus 20 if the wind is below 3.7, and plus 30 if it's 3.7 or higher. And it plays 1-to-1. And I'm actually not sure where you're at in your club, but you're probably pretty close to max. It's probably, well, from that distance it's probably less than max, but it plays 1-to-1, plus 20 or plus 30 depending on the wind. And there's a spot that you want to be. You don't want to lead it all the way to the cup, because it'll end up behind the cup, because it falls down that hill. So it takes kind of a jump when it's going down the hill. So like right there in front. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, that's the first hole I picked up on this course. Now, you can't, I don't personally, because for my game is predicated on par fours. So like if I can get the par fours down where I can get that minimum score, like for me of like minus 28 to minus 30, then anything else that you pick up is winning shots. Those are shots that are going to get you a banner. And I like to predicate my game on those par fours, and so picking up a par 5 or a par 3 is huge. That's the first one I've picked up so far on this course, even though I dropped one already this round. Arrgh. Well, it just seems like I literally just, it seems like I just played this hole, and I guess I did. All right. Let's see which hole this is. There's several ways. Now, this can't be the right hole. This can't be. Hole number 5. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. All right, that sounds better. I was like, what the hell is the deal? I just played those holes. I'm trying to get out to here, but I think we have a headwind here. So I tried it yesterday and couldn't make it with a power 5 ball. Just a regular power 5 going against like a 4.2, 4.8 wind. And it seemed like the wind, like from where it bounced out here, it pushed it back like half the ring set, so it pushed it back 10 miles an hour, so it almost doubled what it was. So I'm just going to lay it up and then go for the shot. So I'm going to have 2 shots in my bag. One is a layup if we get any kind of headwind. If we have anything other than headwind, I'm going to go for trying to get over, because it changes your club into a long iron, and it's worth the risk. You can recover there if you're in. See if we can get it down with a rock. And I'm not sure if I need spin, but let's take a 3-side spin ball just in case. And we'll try it out. I think this is a slightly different bag than what I brought in my 70/70 can. I think I used an extra mile there, so I might have to switch. If I can find an opponent. Are you intimidated by the barrel of that gun? I set that account up a long time ago, and I can't even access that account, but that's the avatar picture that was in it. I liked it because when people were on the green and you're looking at my little image, which is always in your way, it's a little Homer Simpson pointing back at you. Let's see which way. Now, I will tell you that there's no way in hell I'm ever going to shoot out to that spot. If you look at the arc, like even if you get out here to the end down here, I think you're in full sniper mode with a 3 power ball. So from up there, it's got to be big dog cataclysm, and it's still going to be, you're still going to have quite the shot, especially with a 2 power ball, and especially being that they left a little bit on the table on top of it, and they got a tree in their way. I'm going to try all the top spin. Let's see if we can get it done. And I'm going to do do 4 rings of separation off of that, and that puts me at plus 11. Let's take the wind out. That'd probably be good. I'm thinking a little teeny bit into power. Max curl and just a little teeny bit into power. Hitting it perfect. see if I can get the trajectory going straight down the middle. I overshot it last time. And I overshot it that time, and I still had a little bit. I could still move out. I moved out a half a ring. I was 3.5 rings off last time I took that shot. You can see where I bled out. So you can see how much room I had to the left. The fairway still extended out there, so I could set that up. I could do a blind curl shot right there, 5 rings of separation. And then somebody out there's going, well, just don't use all the curl. I will tell you that for my personal game, I'm setting the shot up. I would rather set up a shot that's max curl or no curl. Like sometimes we do drives and we put on a little bit of curl just to bring it back to the fairway, and that's kind of a flavor deal. But like when we're using a lot of curl, I either like to do no curl or all of it because it's really hard to replicate. I'm right now max club. Let's pull back a little so I have some room to work the wind out. Okay, I'm just going to do a straight up shot. That's 2 rings. It's 2.0 per ring. Just going to do a 4 mile per hour pull. Hitting it perfect. Now the last time I was here I did it a little extra and just barely missed it where I over pulled it. Let's see if this goes in. It's going to be close. And there I still over pulled it. Just a bit. Not much. I might have missed. I know the feeling on that, dude. I did that on the first hole. Although I will say my putt was a little tougher than that. But everybody's laughing going, well, it wasn't that tough, dude. Rat bastards. All right. What hole are we on? Hole number 6. What do I got for hole number 6? Extra mile, par 5, grizzly, play 1-1. That's what my notes say. Let's see what hole we're on. Okay, extra mile, par 5. If I remember correctly, the way the wind's blowing today, we can get all the way over into this area, so we've got a grizzly to the cup. Nice grizzly shot to the cup. Now, you could bring a Goliath and do a rough bump if you can get to that side. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure I was using an extra mile. So I'm using my number 1 bag. And a par 5 ball. Berserker. Let's open a chest. I started the long and arduous task of getting trophies back in this account. I didn't really get anywhere. I think I played like 6 matches and I won 3 and lost 3. Take that. Got to get used to playing the par 3s again. So it's not a problem out on the course, but just playing the par 3s whenever you're in a tour, like learning the par 3s and all the nuances on the par 3s, once you can get that down. Once you play it enough times that you've seen all the par 3s, now you can start to work on the holes. I'm not really too concerned about the holes out in play. Although some of them you can get an idea of, like, you know, what you need to do to be close. I find if you just play fairway to green, you're on in regulation, waiting for your opponent to get out of the rough or the sand, that you're going to win a lot of matches. What screws that whole deal up is if you're not playing fairway to green. Like, what kind of ball they got here? 4, 5, 3. I may have had to pull out an Apocalypse. And it's a level 8. Level 9's got a little more top spin. And the wind was blowing less earlier. I barely made it in my 77 account. The wind was blowing like 3.4 3.5, and yesterday I was blowing like earlier today it was blowing like 4.2, 4.3, and so I made it over fairly handily with the 4.3, but not quite as easy with the 4.3. Let's turn him off. Don't want to take any chances they're going to just sit there and spam me the whole time. Like, why would you be upset about that, dude? Come on, you can recover from there. One ring great to the right. I started off 3 rings great to the right, and then earlier today I hit 2 rings great to the right, and now it's 1 ring great to the right. So I'm getting towards perfect. All right. Now I took this shot earlier today, and it seemed like I needed to take. I was using now I've got a little bit more distance there, so we'll have to see what club I'm in, because I was kind of right in between minimum grizzly at 1.4 per ring and maximum kingfisher at 1.1. My kingfisher doesn't have a lot of ball guide, or top spin, but it has like 4. But one of the things about a kingfisher, it doesn't have a lot of distance. I actually thought it was around 90, but I was looking at it yesterday. It's like 83. 5 times. I am in. There's Hornet. There's Max. I'm in mid club. So it's 1.1 equals divided by 1.1. 3.86 rings. .86. There's 3.7586 exactly. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get even close. Not even close. Not enough. I should have did 1-to-1, and I played it at where it was at in the club. So if I wouldn't have played it where it was at in the club, it would have been 4.25 versus 3.86, and that was about what I was off. So grizzly, play 1-to-1. That's what it means. That's what I had on my notes, and I didn't do that. I'm going to write it in capital letters. Play 1-to-1 to the cup. I'll have to go back and watch that one, because I was in a different spot in my club. I'm sitting here looking at my notes, and I'm writing actually on the wrong hole. I'm looking at my notes, and I thought that I was farther up in there. I actually had a shot in practice the first time I ever played the hole, but I had to pitch over to that spot, and I probably got a little bit farther than where I was right there, but I was in like maximum kingfisher. I had to stretch it out just a bit, but I was pretty damn close. But that shot right there was probably the farthest I've made, and I was only in like mid club. I'll have to go back and watch that and see where I was. Interesting. Hole number 7. Hole number 7. Sniper nav. Now I think the way the wind is blowing on this hole, let's go look at it. Try and remember what freaking hole it is. All right, this is the one with the rough bump. This is the scary ass rough bump. And what I did earlier was I forgot to push the half a ring forward, and I hit in the right spot. I did just a wherever I was at in my club. I did a plus 10 at mid, and plus 10 at mid is 10. It's 1.1 plus 10, so it balances out. So I did just a 1-to-1 pull, but I forgot to push the half a ring forward. So let's make sure we get that shit done. Because I barely, and I mean, because you're only half a ring away from missing the rough or a half away from ending up in the sand. And somebody must have folded over a couple of rough pieces of grass, and I was able to bounce off of those and get forward movement. I don't know how. It was luck. This is where I missed my grid, because I had my crosshairs were higher up, so I could start up higher on the page, and I could start at rings past and be able to move past it. And using the take shot doesn't work when you're trying to pull past the bullseye. You do not have a lot of room here. Two, 4. There's 1. There's 2. There's 4. I'm going to push it forward a half a ring. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. All right. All right. Push forward. Push. Half a ring. The deal there on that push forward is right here we've got a headwind, so we're pushing it back into the wind because the wind is pushing it farther, or the sand is distorting it, so we're putting that half ring back in it. So where I get confused is if we're pulling the wind out. So if we had a pure tailwind right there, we'd still push in half the wind, or half a ring to push in the distortion. But I'm trying to pull from the other side. So am I actually compensating for the distortion because I'm pulling from the other side? They pushed it forward just a bit, like maybe a quarter of a ring. Isn't it perfect? They hit nice. Very nice. Just a bit outside. And what the deal there is they might have just been hitting 1 to... Did they overpull that? This is why it's so important to record your own video, because I can go back and watch, because I'm not really paying attention during the round. I'm just trying to play. But you can go back and watch and see what's up. Hole number 8. All right, what do we have on hole number 8? All right, now Dunner said something. He just texted me and said something about going to this little island on the right, but it looks like there's a rough patch that's between it, so I'm not sure if he was just trying to land there. But you can start off, and what I have determined from my game is that in this particular spot, if I brought out a power 3 ball from where my red line was at, and I think it was like right in here, and if I gave myself 2 rings of separation with an APOC, all the side spin, all the top spin, and all the curl, that you just barely, you're going to come right through here because your trajectory is going like this and you're making up this curvature. And you can make it through that and bleed onto the other side and have a shot. I used a 4-4-4, which pushed me forward, and I pulled it back a little bit actually, so that I didn't want to get too far forward in the shot. so that the curl, before the curl can get past the trees, I'm in the trees. So I pulled it back a little, and it gave me the ability to work out any kind of headwind, and then did the max curl and was able to, on a perfect, just clear. So let's see here. This is hole number 8, APOC. Max top spin. One less. I think I determined that I can do max top spin. We'll try it. So I'm going to use a 444. And I was at the +7 mark. Hey, hold on. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't touch it. I couldn't touch it because my pen keeps freezing it up. 444. I'm going to take my number 5 bag. Let's open up that chest. Make sure we keep those spots clear. Let's open up a chest. Never want to play without an empty slot. Whether you like it or not, we're farmers. So you're either farming all the time or you're not farming all the time. And if you're not farming all the time, you have no excuse to bitch about clubs. And I get it. I get it. Like, if you want to farm all the time, you're going to have to spend money. And I get it. I get it. That's the elephant that nobody talks about that's in the room. Everybody wants you to do a certain thing or do some stuff, and the deal is that you have to decide whether you want. I already played that game, so I'm not interested. I'm interested in having fun playing this and just going out and I don't mind spending a little bit of cash on it, but I don't need to have a job. Maybe I can get an opponent. Maybe. Thank you, Rick. Let's see if I get to go first. Two rings of separation at the +17 mark. Okay, so 2/8. It's 1.5 per ring. I'm just going to do a 2-ring pull. Right back to the red line. Max curl. Hit it 1 ring great to the right. Right here, it's going to interact with that little pad and see if it goes through. No, cannot hit that right. So I'm either going to have to pinch it and only be 1 ring of separation. That gives me more room on the second bounce, but less room on the drive. So like maybe a 1.5 rings. There is a little bit I can cheat right there. The whole deal is that you're not having to do any overpower. So as long as you don't hit it any worse than 1 ring great to the left or the right, you want to make sure you give yourself a shot. I don't like being in the rough down here, though. The deal is I don't have a 5 power ball that's got... I do have a 5.50 ball. And that ball would get me right out in front. But I think I'd still have to pull back from the red line because it would hit too far forward. I was trying to hedge my bet with a 1 ring great to the left, but that was a 2 ring great to the left, and that is not going to cut it. Or excuse me, a 2 ring great to the right. Your left, your left. Now what you want to do there, what I would do is pull my ball so that I had that very end of my ball guide. I'd keep it out there and pull it out where I thought that the trajectory was going to make the cup. And then I would pull it into the tree and then curl it around it. Now I'm not sure how much curl a thorn has or a boomerang. I don't think I've ever, well, no, I don't think I've ever played with a boomerang. I think when when you first get a boomerang, I had the Malibu, and I'm not sure what club I was playing with, but I don't know. I may have played with it for one day, but I don't. Very nice recovery. Doing a hook or a max curl shot, either way. Either one will work. I was in that situation with my teammate Mike D one day, and I was like, oh, come on, dude, you can recover from there. Just do a max over repair hook. And that's exactly what he did. It's like, cool. All right, what do we have left? I think the only thing we have left is hole number 9. And this hole right here it's disappointing that I ended up in the rough right there. I think maybe even with that shot right there, I might want to put on just a titch of overpower. No, because if I hadn't hit that great to the right, I think I would have been perfect. I could hit it one ring, 2 rings great to the left and perfect, and it would be okay, but anything to the right sucked. Arr. All right, hole number 12. Hole number 9. 12. Hole number 9. All right, I'm heading out to the tip out there, and I'm using pretty much, I think, the same stuff I'm using right here. And I'm using a 3 power ball, the Kingmaker, and I'm trying to set this shot up. This is another blind setup shot. I'm going to pull it back from the red line to the +7 mark. I'm going to put on all of the top spin and all of the side spin. If you don't have as much curl, or if you're farther, one of the reasons why I'm pulling it back to the +7 mark is because I'm coming in high. I'm coming in, I'm trying to get all the way down there, see where the shadow of that flagpole is going into the sand. I'm trying to get up into that pocket. And from most of my opponents, they're using extra miles. They're on the low end in the very front of the sand, so they don't need as much distance as me. Now, I have seen some people laying it up here, but I'm not sure why you would lay it up and not try and bring it around. Are you gonna play that dude, or are you gonna like sit there and he was caught in the ball trading. I got you. The pick your ball, the ball sorting. That is a big ass precision ball. And they left a shit ton of room on the table. Okay, everything the ball's got. Let's make sure we're everything we've got. I'm pulling back to the +7. .5. I'm going to just do, there's 1.5, there's 2. Do a little over. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. And I left a bunch on the table. Now, I will say that I have a bigger Apocalypse in my 77 account, so I was able to get all the way up to the top. Still had distance to the sand, so it was, the toss spin was fine. Power 0, able to get it up there easily. Can't see what club they're using. I'm sure you could at the beginning, but I couldn't right there at the end. With this low wind, I think if they, I did that twice in the last tournament. I used one of those precision balls and I hit it great. And I had it perfect once and it didn't go in. What's the deal with that? Bad adjustment. All right, what are we doing here? Here's max. I'm going to hit just max club even though I'm at mid, and do that as my adjustment right now. .9. I'm going to do 195 just to be brave. Hitting it perfect. And I should have pulled it just a little teeny bit more. I should have just did the whole +1. So it was 1 to 1 plus 1. 1 to 1 plus 1. Now that worked fine in that wind, but we'll have to see what it does when it's a little bit higher wind. That was real low. Real low. All right, haven't made an Albie yet, but I'm saving it for the opening and the weekend round. Good luck in the tournament. Good luck. 14, shot a 14 in my main, but I didn't pick up anything in my main account. I just picked up number 1 and number 8, and I didn't pick up number 1 or 8 here. So I got it done here with the 2 par 3. So that's good that I'm starting to get on track on the par 3. So I need to clean that up. That very easily should have been a -16 round. I can't be, hole number 1 and hole number 8, we have to get those. So like on a course like this, I look at it as -12 is the minimum score, and then we have to get 1 and 8. So that means our minimum score is -14, and that's a -28. And I'm not sure based off of the scores. I mean, like right here, we're seeing 14s at the top of this, but like really, you're going to need to pick it up. You're going to need to pick up 1 extra shot per side and at least be in the -30 in order to be in the conversation. So dropping this shot and this shot here in my practice account is not good. And I had a shot here and I missed the putt, and I ended up in the rough on this one. So I had my opportunities to get to the 15, but didn't get it done. All right, there you have it. There you have it. Let's see what my opponent, let's check them out. They got some ribbons. They're sporting some jewelry. Look at that. Yeah. Lots of tourneys. Lots of wins. That is awesome. Let's check out our 3rd place. They're sporting a little jewelry. We got a few chains. Thanks for watching. Good luck in the tournament, and I'll keep, hopefully on Thursday, tomorrow, I'll be able to hook up with dinner. I've got tomorrow off, and then I go back to work on Friday. So hopefully I can get a bunch of stuff done tomorrow. I'll play all my accounts, and we will catch you on the next one. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.